Hello, everybody, and welcome back to That Real Texas Team podcast, episode 63. And this is the Wildcard preview, talking all things Texans, Chargers. My name is Curtis Brown, the host of the channel. With me, as always, my resident co-hosts, Mike. I completely forgot all the AKAs I used to do for you. Just go like, subscribe. At Mass3 Productions across all the social medias. You'll see his face occasionally, and that's how you know you're in the right spot. Down here at the bottom, we got Chris, a.k.a. Pac-Man Freestyle, a.k.a. Slim Chickens. You can find him as the host of That's Crazy Podcast and Talk. Like, subscribe, notification bell there. We finally hit the 250 mark, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. We are a quarter of the way there to monetization, and I'd like to see that goal happen within the next calendar year, if at all possible. So share us, like us. That's going to do a big thing as far as the algorithm goes. Likes are the modem. With that being said, gentlemen, how we feeling? What's going on?
Feeling great. We're in the playoffs.
After this podcast, I'll probably be known as the angry sports fan. That's going to be one of those other AKAs there.
Angry sports fan. Yeah, well, we all might be. But let's see how that goes. Let's start off with some injuries, gentlemen. For the Texans, the only player that's going to be out as of right now is Shaq Mason. We have some questions, guys.
Who cares?
Right. Yeah. Who cares? Shaq Mason is so ass this year. Questionable players. Autry, John Mechie, Christian Harris, and TQ, who is coming off of IR. His 21-day window has been activated. We might see him activated tomorrow before the game. For the Chargers, there is no Joshua Palmer, former UT alum. So they are down one of their wide receivers again. They have a corner who is doubtful, Taylor. And then their questionable list is Eli Apple, J.K. Dobbins, Fehi Oku, a wide receiver, Quentin Johnston, Denzel Perryman, and Trey Pipkins. Returning for the Texans.
All those guys are playing.
Oli Fatukasi is back.
Oh, thank God. Needed another fat guy in the way. Perfect.
Yep.
Actually, he might be our only fat guy.
I mean, truly. I mean, a lot of our defensive interior players are, 3-4 defensive ends, really. And
I swear the whole D-line is defensive end type players, except for Foley.
Yeah. Basically. We've kind of
they got toe guy. He's pretty wide.
He is pretty wide. He's got a couple sacks here lately. I feel like he's actually kind of doing a thing since Foley's been out. But, gentlemen, let's get into some ways to win. Actually, you know what? No. Before we get into that, let's talk about something Mike wanted to bring up. The media covering this game. Mike, have at it.
Fuck you, Rex Ryan. That's the first thing I got to say. You couldn't succeed as a coach. You're a shitty commentator. And it's a fucking bye week. It's a bye week against the Texans. That's really what we're going with here. These guys are professionals. They're not. Oh, God. I can't even stress. There is not one national talking head that is choosing the Texans to even stand a chance. They're not even saying that this game is going to be close.
Yeah.
I'm not even speaking from a Texan fan. I'm speaking from a football fan on this one. Why not? Why are we saying this because Los Angeles Chargers are on a run against 3 sorry teams? Yeah, I said it. 3 sorry teams. None of them in the playoffs.
Well,
it's like me being super excited about us beating the Titans. And It was a game.
Yeah.
Okay. I digress. I'll calm down. My blood pressure's up there. If I wasn't bald, you'd see a forehead, just a little vein, just cold. It's cold out here.
Yeah, I agree with the total disrespect from the media, especially like when the Chargers haven't done anything. But I don't think it's the Chargers. I think you gotta remember, like, everybody rides Jim Harbaugh's nuts like crazy. So I think I think they're not. I don't think it's really about the Chargers. I think they're riding Jim Harbaugh's nuts. And as far as that goes, now I have no problems with being underdogs. The bye week thing is ridiculous. I have no problem being underdogs because we haven't proved lately that we're a good team. So I don't want to, like, we've been pretty bad lately. So, but at the same time, the disrespect is crazy. Because it's ridiculous. The bye week thing is crazy. I'd rather be the underdogs going into this game. We were underdogs last year going against Cleveland and blew them out. So I'd rather be the underdogs going in this game because I would fare well better than that. And we don't know what Justin Herbert's going to be like in a playoff atmosphere. Remember what happened last time? Yeah, he lost to Trevor Lawrence in the second half.
Yep.
So Trevor Lawrence, the guy who people are wondering about now, Trevor Lawrence got a contract because of him. Or did he get that last year?
No, he got that this offseason.
He got it because.
I still believe he got it because of him. I don't care. Either way it goes, the disrespect's crazy. Like I say, I have no problem with the media not picking us to win. I don't blame them for that. But the bye week thing is ridiculous. The thinking we're going to get blowed out is ridiculous when it's against an unproven team, when our defense is actually better than theirs. Like I said, the only issue we're going to have is if our offense shows up. As long as our offense shows up, we will beat the brakes off of them. That's all we need is for our offense to show up. And this is bulletin board material if I ain't never seen it. You ain't even got to look that hard for it. And the thing is, I know for a fact there's a middle linebacker that plays for the Houston Texans that has something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
And regardless of what anybody says, he's going to be a little angry. Christian Harris, going to be a little healthier. Just a little. That entire defense is going, okay. Okay. I would not be surprised.
I'm worried about.
If CJ Stroud walks into the press conference after this game with a shirt that says "Fuck Rex Ryan."
He should.
Yeah.
Bro, y'all might see me get a number 7 tattoo after that.
I think with all the shit that's been talked, with as you put it, Mike, bulletin board material. If there is not a sense of motivation in the locker room, not only because you're in the playoffs, but because literally no one thinks you belong there, I don't want you on my team if that's not how you're feeling.
You can't be motivated. You can't be motivated. It's not possible.
No. The whole world's doubting you. You need to go out here and show something. We are looking at the start of a brand new season right here, where all of the things that bothered us in the regular season can go away with a whole new outlook. You got 3 games, essentially, if you can keep winning, to make franchise history.
If you can't be motivated by all this bullshit, you are the Kwame Brown of the NFL.
Damn. You did it.
They need some type of motivation. Because
no,
literally, like,
this is it.
Yeah, because
if this can't do it, you're fucked.
Forget about it. And thing about it is, I agree with you, Curtis, about them like just winning the 3 games, but they got to win this one. This game is probably more important than any of these other games are going to be, because regardless of the fact, unless something crazy happens and like Pittsburgh or Denver wins or some crazy nonsense like that, we're going to either be playing Baltimore or Buffalo teams. Buffalo, we beat them, yes, but it's a team that they don't expect us to beat. And Baltimore, that wouldn't be hung over our head, especially since Baltimore blew us out. But that wouldn't be hung over our head the way this would. We'll be a formidable team if we just win this.
If we win and Baltimore and Buffalo also won, we're playing the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Which is where you want to go, honestly.
Yeah, if
But that's who I want to play. I don't want to play Baltimore or Buffalo. I want to play the Chiefs. We rather beat Buffalo. We'll see Baltimore when we see
each other out, and we'll beat hopefully they beat the hell out of each other. Mm-hmm. And maybe we can make some noise. But you're right. We got to focus on the first game. Obviously, this is the one that it's tasked with us first. But
yeah,
can I remind you
guys, with us being a bye week,
right? Last season, we were not necessarily highly touted coming into the playoffs. CJ had a lot of buzz. Bobby Slowick had a lot of buzz.
We snuck in to the playoffs.
Yeah. We've been in the playoffs officially since the week 15, locked in. From that moment. Go ahead.
No, I say it was no sneaking this year.
No. We are so looked down upon at this moment. The AFC South looks like shit. We're widely viewed as the sacrificial lamb. And I don't understand how that's even possible. We came into this season with Super Bowl aspirations. Now we're sitting here talking about, we got to get up for this wild card game against the Chargers. People are saying we're a bye week. Come on. I would be livid in this locker room right now.
The thing is, the Texans have been in the playoffs 8 times. It feels like it should be more than that, but it's only 8 times.
Yeah.
In those 8 times, we were never considered the worst playoff team till this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian Hoyer was our starting quarterback for one of those, and we still weren't considered the worst team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We are this year.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we consider. Even though there's a question to me about Tampa Bay, but we're not going to go there.
I hear you on that. But look, let's get into the actual X's and O's here. One of the biggest matchups you're going to see, as we've been alluding to, is the offense versus the Chargers defense. The Chargers defense does some good things. Our offense, for most of the season, has done just enough, if that. We need the kind of Cleveland Brown playoff game that we had last year to get any sort of momentum rolling into Kansas City, assuming that's who we end up playing. The offensive line needs so deeply to keep CJ Stroud upright and not let him feel like he's seeing ghosts, not let him feel like he's got more pressure on him than a man who went to the circus and the elephant sat on him. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta keep him clean. We gotta open up running lanes. Their defensive front is really just the edge rushers. None of the guys up in the middle really give me any pause. Like, oh shit, we got to worry about so-and-so. I think we have a little bit of an advantage. I think with the offensive line and the way that their defensive line is set up, I think we could be able to run the ball pretty well. Which brings me to my next point. Mixon and Pierce, not just Mixon.
Like, there gets times like while we're speaking of Mixon and Pierce, because I do want to comment on that, but you brought up Mixon and Pierce. There's times when you don't see Pierce, but you see Wale out there.
No.
Like it really irks my nerves. I love Dare. I don't. Great Swiss Army knife. I'm not speaking down on Dare, but like I hate when they do a run and play with Dare. I hate when they do that, especially when he's coming in and I'm not even expecting them to do a running play, and he still gets stopped. I bet the defense ain't even expecting it, and they still stop it.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. And like I think.
Yeah.
But okay, so like, look, the thing about the offensive line, I don't think the offensive line will be that big of an issue because I do think they have been playing better. I do think they have been playing better. But
Chris just said it. I got to write that down. He finally admitted they've been doing better.
But the problem is they've been so bad all season that CJ got a little David Carr in them. That's like people don't realize that. That's why he's making mistakes. Now there are things like obviously we saw in the Ravens game, he got his foot stepped on by I think Laramie or Titus or something like that. Got back into him or whatever, and he overthrew Dalton on that little route that would have gotten Dalton like 50 yards or whatever down the field. But that's besides the point. My whole thing is CJ is holding the ball too long, waiting for the quick play. So I think that Bobby needs to start scheming up. You got Deontay Johnson now. Put him where you had Stephon Diggs at. And I'm not a fan of Deontay Johnson. What he did in Tennessee means nothing to me. He didn't play with CJ. Did CJ throw him the ball? I don't know. I might have turned on the game too late. All I saw was the end of the drive. So did CJ throw him the ball at all? Anybody? I don't think so.
He had one catch. He did have one.
I believe
from CJ.
I believe so.
Okay. Because I know he had a bunch from Davis Mills or some that Davis Mills tried to force to him. That's what I need. Deontay Johnson's going to have to be a big part of this game, but they're going to need to get those short passes, those short like really short like crossing routes.
Let me put this in your head for just a second. Dare is our third down back, right? Because he's a good pass catching back, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is he actually a better pass catcher than Mixon?
I wouldn't think so, but who knows? Apparently he must be.
My thing is, if we're using Damian and Mixon, why couldn't the running back that's on the field for third down be Joe Mixon? Yes, he is a better, truthfully. that is a fact. Yeah. But no, why couldn't he be why couldn't Mixon? Because you know how much more dangerous Mixon is just on the field. If Mixon heads into the flat, he's taking a linebacker with him. As opposed to Dare. And it's not like Dare's played bad, but
my boy Coop rooting for the Texans this year. Hell yeah, brother.
Thank you. That's what we need to hear. But why can't we, like you said, mix in some Damian Pierce? I don't want to see that much of Dare.
I don't either, but I think he's used for specific reasons, and then they use him as decoys for other things. So, like, I think
decoy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Correct. Decoy.
It makes sense.
So, like, there's a solid shot that Dare Ogunbowale is probably our best pass blocking running back.
That's even though Damian Pierce is damn good pass blocking, but
yeah, I thought he was pretty good myself. But
Damian Pierce is pretty solid. There's definitely been some instances where Joe Mixon has kind of left CJ out to dry. But I think that, and it becomes a tell if you use Dare in that situation without doing anything else with him. So he becomes a decoy when you have him running routes, and he becomes that safety valve. You throw the runs in there just to keep people guessing. I don't know why on God's green earth Damian Pierce would have anything less than 5 carries on Saturday.
at the least. That's low end.
Yeah, that's low.
Like they want to run the ball so badly. Like I get you paid Mixon this money. Fine. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about him getting. But golly, we don't see Dameon Pierce at all. You know, the only time I see Dameon Pierce that I can yell at for Dameon Pierce is him on a kickoff return because he looks great.
Yep,
he looks great, and it really bothers me because I'm like God, sorry, irritating.
Yeah, I remember that last good kick return. We all said, "Oh shit, Dameon about to have a day," and we didn't see him again.
Yeah,
they didn't even play him on offense,
and that's wild to me. Like, and
the man is the type of running back that has the juice. When he's pumped and going, it's obvious. If you don't believe me, ask the Titans. They know when that man had the juice because he started running harder after he went for 92 yards.
Yep,
he started running through people.
He was getting injured a lot this year. That was the thing, and that's a big reason why I imagine he missed a lot of those mid-season reps where Dare filled in pretty admirably in that third down running back role, and I think he's just kind of working his way back up to it.
He's been healthy for like the last 8 games.
Ish, healthy-ish.
I mean, I swear he's been doing kickoff returns like crazy. And like what I saw in Tennessee, I get Tennessee is they're still a football team. I don't care. Just like people hollering about us being a bye week this week, Rex Ryan. Tennessee is still a professional football team. They get paid to play football. I don't care if they're gonna have the number 1 pick and possibly might go get Shedeur Sanders this year.
And we ran at their strength. Their strength is the interior of the line, and that's what we ran at.
Yep. Damien's 92-yard touchdown was right up the gut. So, I mean, we were able to do something last week that we weren't able to do last time we played them, and that was kind of a big Achilles heel for us. The interior offensive line.
We were able to run the ball and stop the run with our backups.
Yep.
Because think about it. We kept what's this Tony Pollard from hitting his incentive.
Well, he got 1,000.
No, he needed 1,100.
His incentive was 1,100.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, his incentive was 1,100.
That felt good. That felt real good. Damn, I feel bad about that. Should I say that? Yeah, it felt good to make sure that died.
I don't feel bad about that. He an ex-Cowboy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Dameon Pierce's 92-yard touchdown run was the longest in the NFL this year and knocked Derrick Henry back into second place. Eric says Pierce should be on the field more. Absolutely.
Goddamn right.
Look, and I think after last week's performance, he has to be. He fucking has to be. If he's not, that's just another.
They're gonna get killed. They're gonna get killed if he's not.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I should ask a stupid question. Maybe I'll just say, can the man return punts? Because I don't want to see Robert Woods returning punts anymore.
No, I'm good on that too. Another thing that I think is a big thing is the playoff experience that we already have with the coaching staff and CJ Stroud. Not just playoff experience, mind you. CJ Stroud has experience winning a game in the playoffs with just Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz as the main weapons.
And no running game.
Brevin Jordan.
And Brevin Jordan, but the defense.
Brevin Jordan had one good catch that worked out really, really well. He wasn't considered.
I do agree. And the thing about it was he ran right towards me. It was great. he was just like running right towards me. Hey, great, brother. It was great. and it was great. My bad. Go ahead.
You're good.
I ain't gonna be able to make it this year because I'm gonna be at work.
I hear you. I can't make it because I'll be in another state. But
I didn't sell my tickets. I'll be there, guys.
Hey,
I'll be there.
Well, no, you can't miss this one. I don't care if they get blowed out. It's a playoff game. We got to go to that.
You need to be fluting and talking to folks and schmoozing, getting subs. By the way, if you're out there, like, subscribe, notification bell, come find Mike. He'll be at the game.
In the stripper outfit.
Hey. I might be there with my son. That's a little disturbing.
So I think CJ's been in a situation before where everybody's already painted him into a corner. He doesn't have his top however many weapons, but he's got Nico. He's got a guy who's better than, at least in theory, he's better than what Mechie and Hutchinson and probably even Robert Woods bring to the table at this point in his career. And Deontay
It's
Johnson.
not a problem. It's not a problem.
No.
He's not second best receiver.
That's a sure. That is very.
He's not second best receiver.
Yeah.
And he's not second best receiver. He hasn't even really played with CJ yet. And I don't even like him. I have nothing good to say about Deontay Johnson. But he's our second best receiver. I don't. He has not proved. He has not proved to me that he is. I don't care. I saw all kinds of things talking about.
I
forgot all about that. I saw all kinds of things about Joe Mixon talking about how great he is, and I'm like, I don't want to hear that. What for a week? I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm not trying to hear none of that. The man's been on. This is his third team this season. He's been on 4 different teams in the past year.
But with all of that being said, the Ravens players said the same thing about him, and he was with them a whole lot longer than he's been with us.
Yep.
He wasn't there that long either, though.
Well, he was there for about 5 weeks. The trade deadline was a long ass time ago now.
Yeah. My next way to win, Texans defense has got to play fucking lights out. You got to be running downhill and knocking dudes legally. Look, Wally. Okay. Legally. But
man, I don't care. Aziz, go knock Justin Herbert out the game. I don't care. We get disrespected like this. Aziz, go knock Justin Herbert out the game. Getting disrespect.
Clipping the microphone.
Come on with the team one more time, baby. I'm sorry. You gonna be labeled as a dirty.
No. That's not an Aziz job. That's a Jake Hansen job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jake Hansen.
That's a Jake Hansen. That's a Jake Hansen. Oh, can we get a double Hewitt power bomb? Can we get one?
It's great.
But look, like they got to play lights out. Derek Steenley and Kamari Lassiter have combined for one of the best corner duos in the league. There is not much that this offense can throw at us in the wide receiver department that makes me fear what they can do. Quentin Johnston is questionable. He'll probably end up playing, but if he doesn't, they're going to be basically relying on McConkey and some other younger dudes to go out here and make some plays.
Bro, let's keep it honest, Curtis. Even when Quentin Johnston is playing, his hands are questionable.
Yeah. He had the best game of his career last week against a Raiders team who basically just shat the bed in that game and is just not – they shat the bed all season.
They mailed it in.
They beat the Ravens in week 2, and then Gardner Minshew got hurt sometime after that, and that was a wrap.
It's so bad. Antonio Pierce and their GM is already fired.
Yep. Flacco, Trevor Lawrence, Herbert, all 6'6" QBs who can't slide well. Is Flacco 6'6"? I thought he was part of the 5 club.
Yeah, Flacco's huge.
I know he's a big guy, but
you thought he was an inch shorter?
Thought he was an inch shorter because there's never been a quarterback who's 6'6" that's won the Super Bowl. That's like a thing.
Let me see.
It's not that big of a deal in retrospect, I guess, but
no, he's 6'6". He's a legitimate 6'6".
Son of a bitch. All right, well, way to go, bro, Flacco. Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter are going to have their hands full with these 2 offensive tackles, Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt. Joe Alt's a rookie. You would expect that they're going to be rotating pretty heavily over there to try to get tons and tons and tons of presumed pressure through that side of the line.
I wouldn't.
We're going to find out.
Slater to me is the more likely to be exposed than Alt. That motherfucker's cheap.
Flacco Alonso and Kiko Alonso, David Carr broke it down.
Flacco.
David Carr. Yeah, please don't bring him up.
Shit.
Flacco.
For the love of David Carr, please don't bring him up.
He's
a Super Bowl champion, bro. That make you feel any type of way.
Hey, did he win 2 of them with him? Wasn't he there for both of them, or he was just there for the first one?
No, he was there for both of them. He was there for both.
That's crazy.
Maybe. I don't remember. But Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter, they're the players to watch for me, as well as Christian Harris. If he is able to go, Christian Harris and Azeez Al-Shaair are going to be so much fun to watching these dudes run downfield and just cover literally the entire field. Probably some of the better linebackers we've seen in a long time, since probably Cushing retired.
Cushing and Brooks Reed.
I guess. Brooks Reed was more of an edge rusher. But
I was going to say Brooks Reed, yeah.
For Azeez and Harris first came together all season. I'm excited for it. It's a marquee.
Fuck, it is.
Yeah.
Did Harris not play last week?
No, he did not.
Oh yeah, because he's been nursing some. I don't know. I don't care right now.
We don't even know what's hurt with him anymore.
I love Christian Harris, but all season something's been hurt with him. So right now he's not on my high trust list right now. And unless I see him do what he did in the playoff game last year, I don't care. I know he's fast, but sometimes you're too fast and you hurt yourself easier. That's what Nico's problem is. He's too fast.
Guys, let me ask y'all something. Who do you think's going to be following Ladd McConkey? Do you think it's going to be Stingley, or do you think they'll give it to Lasser?
I mean, I would assume Stingley, but it just
he plays more slot, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's a slot receiver. So that's a good question.
And that's why I say the follow, because if not, it's Miles Bryant, and that's stressing in itself.
Yeah, Okuda is tracking where he could play.
No.
So in theory,
no, we can go back to Miles Bryant. We can keep Miles Bryant there. It's fine.
I hear you.
I don't want either one of them there, but we just stick with Miles Bryant. We brought Okuda in for no reason.
We didn't learn anything from last year. What did we tell Stingley? Stingley, Amari Cooper's your man. Wherever the fuck he goes, you go. What did Amari do?
Nothing.
And Amari was in the slot.
Yep. I'm with you.
I
think that's the move.
I do the same damn thing.
I in my perfect world, I think you've got Stingley on McConkey. And if he's not on McConkey, then Laster's on McConkey. I don't care. It's both of them for all I give a shit. And then the one that's not covering him is covering Johnston.
And you do know, if nothing else, Kamari Lassiter and McConkey know each other.
Yep.
These are two Georgia boys that practice against each other for 3 years.
Yep.
There's got to be a little bit of a thing in your head to know, like, okay. Ooh.
Brandon says, if Mixon is the QB in the red zone, I'm going to be pissed. What does that mean? You're going to have
he's talking about that Wildcat pass shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Please no.
Y'all might, guys, if that happens, I'm just like you to be pissed, but y'all might see me on the news.
Local man actually commits violent acts in a football game. More on that tonight at 9.
Because I'm going for Slowick, and I can get to him. I know I can get to him before they catch me.
Oh God! So watch your back, Slowick. Watch your back and your front.
If I see that or a jet sweep,
Oh my God, a jet sweep! I don't, man. Look here. If you throw a screen pass, they better already be past the line of scrimmage. They need to stop throwing that. That's the problem with these screen passes. They want to throw these screen passes that are all the way along the sideline all the way next to the sideline, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I don't see other teams do that. You know what I see other teams do? I see other teams. They're already other teams. They just let they pass rushers come through and they back or a receiver is already right there past the line of scrimmage.
Cut
That way,
wide receiver screen. Wide receiver screen needs to die. If it's a screen pass to Joe Mixon, I'm okay.
No, but they do that the same way too. Like they do the
no,
wide.
They don't. No, bro. They don't do screen passes to the running back. They're almost always to the receiver.
Yeah,
they're stupid. They're so stupid. Like I don't have no problem with the receiver screen pass, but what's stupid about it is the way they set it up. They do not set it up well at all. There's nobody there to block for them.
I bet you have an issue with them throwing the screen pass to Robert Woods.
I have an issue with them throwing it to Tank Dell. Like, or maybe not Nico, because I feel like Nico's gonna make something happen.
He's gonna run over the first guy.
Yeah,
he's gonna
Nico's
run over
huge.
the first guy.
So I would let it slide with Nico, but yeah, of course Robert Woods. But it's just every time it doesn't work, and that's the thing. Like especially when you're watching them at home, you're hearing the commentator say the Texans have to stop with the negative plays. You know, that's another big deal. Like we're not even going to talk about the offensive line. The negative plays on first and second down are hard. And then you know what we expect CJ to go and throw a 20-yard pass downfield, which half the time he does. But you know what might end up happening, what's been happening a lot this year? He might throw a damn interception.
Yep. I'm looking at the Chargers roster right here, and Christian Fulton is probably the biggest name corner in their room. Getting to their safety room. So we obviously know about Derwin James. They got Tony Jefferson.
The linebacker playing safety. Yeah.
Basically. And then Alohi Gilman is their other safety. Let me get to the linebackers, the actual fellas.
Yeah, I'm about to say the only person on their defensive that's back there is Derwin James. I mean, I know like Joey Bosa and
Bosa.
like that.
They have Bud Dupree, who's got 6 sacks this year.
Holy
Khalil
shit.
Mack got 6.
Him.
Tuipulotu has 8 sacks and leads their team.
Khalil Mack got 6, I think. I think Joey got 5 or 6.
And then you got Denzel Perryman, Shaq Quarterman, Troy Dye. Shout out my buddy in high school, Troy Dye. Junior Colson, Dayon Henley, and Nick Neiman. Shaq Quarterman. Those are the linebackers. I'm not necessarily worried about any of these dudes. Denzel Perryman's not that great in coverage.
That's why he's not a Texan.
Yeah, about that. That's why he's not. And he has an attitude problem anyway. So
yeah, their defensive line is Morgan Fox, Atito Ogbania, Tier Tart, Puna Ford.
That's what Tart went. Damn.
Yeah. There's just, and then behind Dobbins and Gus Edwards, they got another bigger running back, Hassan Haskins. I think he's, I don't want to say a wild card, but he's really slept on in their running back room.
Who?
Hassan Haskins. He was on the Titans roster for a little bit, but he got in trouble for beating on his lady, I think, and got cut. Brandon says audible game has been horrible. If you have 7 guys and only 4 defenders in the 5 yards to the end zone and you don't audible to a run up the middle, you messed up. Yeah. Denzel Perryman.
Yeah. I think that's a what's it called thing though. I think that's CJ's not calling his own audible things.
Yeah.
And
that's a Shanahan offense thing.
Yep. Now, I will say that the rest of their wide receiver room, outside of Johnston and McConkey, it's got Palmer, who's not playing. You've got Darius Davis, who also has kickoff and punt return duties, if I'm not mistaken. DJ Chark. Their tight end room is not crazy, but they're effective. Will Disley, who's having the best year of his career, Tucker Fisk, Hayden Hurst, haven't heard that name in a while, and Stone Smart.
Okay, so real quick, I'm sorry. I want to backtrack real quick before we get into that. Mike, you just said that's the Shanahan offense, and I agree with you. You know what the problem I have with the Shanahan offense? CJ ain't no off the street quarterback. Think about every other quarterback in the Shanahan offense, including Tua. They need that type of offense. I don't think that CJ needs that type of offense. If that makes sense,
doesn't.
I think that's what the issue is. I think they're diminishing him.
You know when that offense works, the Shanahan offense works if your offensive coordinator knows he's the smartest guy in the room. All the other guys that are running offense, Mike Shanahan, my bad. Whew. Kyle Shanahan is the smartest guy in the room. Mike McDaniel typically is the smartest guy in the room. Kevin O'Connell is typically the smartest guy in the room. McVay, typically the smartest guy in the room. Bobby Slowick, it's questionable. It's questionable.
But like that's my point. But like, think about it though. Think about the quarterbacks these guys have. Kirk Cousins is not all world. I don't care how much money he's made. Kirk Cousins is not all world like that. Sam Darnold, as much as I want to give him his props, Sam Darnold has been horrible until he got to Kevin McConnell. You need a system like that, and I don't believe that CJ fits that type of system.
Actually, we talked about this the other night. He was good in San Francisco. Sam Darnold earned the paycheck that Minnesota gave him from being in San Francisco. Same offense. Yeah,
it's the same. That's the same offense, though. It's the same offense, and I don't think that it works that well for CJ. Think about it. Last year, I think CJ was. I'm going to continue saying this. Last season, CJ made Bobby Slowick look good. That's how I feel. I felt like he made Bobby Slowick look good, not the other way around. I don't think his play calling. Not saying that Bobby Slowick's play calling. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage.
You about to sit up there and lie? Oh, it's God, you about to lie?
It's garbage. And you know what? It's not. It's the situational play calling. It's hard. I'm so irritated about it. But like when you said that, I started thinking about the quarterbacks in the Shanahan offense, and they don't have superstar quarterbacks, and we do.
The thing comes into this is CJ's best plays last year were outside of what the coach called.
Yeah.
So like this is my question. This go sound real dumb. This go sound real dumb.
Oh shit.
I don't think the offense is I guess gonna sound real dumb. Okay, so number one, CJ is our starter. I think Davis Mills should play on Saturday. I think he'll thrive in this type of offense. I don't think this is the right type of play.
My shit went frozen. Wait a minute.
I'm telling, my reason being is because I don't think this is the type of offensive coordinator that CJ Stroud needs.
Chris, you got one of the cups over there again. You got one of the cups over there.
I said Davis Mills should be playing because I think he will fare well better with Bobby Slowick's play calling. And I don't think Davis Mills is better than CJ.
I'm a Davis Mills fan, and I will tell you.
I'm not.
Chris,
I am not whatsoever.
Chris,
I do not like Davis Mills at all.
Chris,
you are out your fucking
definitely clipping the mic there.
I know I am. But look here. If we lose and CJ is not good, it's gonna further prove my point that Shanahan offenses only work with mediocre quarterbacks. Think about it. Think about Trey Lance. We don't know what Trey Lance would have. Trey Lance might have for real been great, but he wasn't a mediocre enough quarterback. He wasn't a mediocre enough quarterback to play in that offense. Think about it. Jimmy Garoppolo thrived there.
But I'm gonna tell you, the thing is, Shanahan's offenses, they work if your quarterback's smart. He doesn't have to be that good. Trey Lance can't read a fucking defense.
Also, I would like to point out some things. the Shanahan style offense started with Mike Shanahan, who famously won 2 Super Bowls with a really old Hall of Fame quarterback. And then later on, when that really old quarterback's backup quarterback became a coach for that same team, he coached Peyton Manning to a Super Bowl. Now, he got absolutely mollywopped by the Legion of Boom, but that's just, it's too.
But think
you know,
about it like this:
Hall of Fame
Peyton
quarterback.
Manning couldn't even move in that Super Bowl they won. Peyton Manning obviously was not the reason they won that Super Bowl.
Well, that was
anybody
like, that was the one that they won was a different coach. Gary Kubiak had heart conditions after the Super Bowl and had to stepped away from the game.
Same reason he left the Texans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So look. My point exactly. Gary Kubiak, Matt Schaub. I'm just saying. I'm going on a trend here. Matt Schaub is my world. I know he had crazy seasons here.
It's as much as I hate to admit it. This is when that whole thing comes into what was the one thing that the quarterback in San Francisco did better than anybody else? The one that's currently in San Francisco. He scored higher on the Wonderlic than anybody else in the entire draft.
I mean, I'm sure Matt Schaub did too. I'm sure Matt Schaub is a very
but that's what I'm saying. The Shanahan offense, you put intelligent quarterbacks that follow instructions.
Saying, CJ Dub?
No, CJ's not the type of guy he doesn't want to follow instructions. He wants to go out there and win a game. And your play caller has to be smart.
Yeah, but I don't think he's smart.
It isn't just the offense, it's the timing that he calls those fucking plays. We've been questioning Bobby Slowick's play calling all year long.
No, but I agree with that.
We actually questioned it last year. We questioned it last year.
I agree with all of that. I agree with all of that, but I still agree with my synopsis that offense only works with smart, mediocre quarterbacks. Let's go with that. Smart, mediocre, because they are mediocre. All these quarterbacks are mediocre at best. Because think about it. I'm sorry, Kyle Shanahan apparently does not know how to win a Super Bowl.
Well, let me put a spin on what you're saying. What if the system is so simple that every quarterback can pretty much do well in the system?
That was my thought. I mean, like, look at I don't know, man.
It doesn't mean that mediocre quarterbacks become elite tier or whatever. They're still mediocre, but they're in a system that flatters them. They're in a system that maybe doesn't necessarily highlight all of their strengths, but it hits a number of them, and they play efficient football. That's realistically what you want. And then you occasionally got dudes with arm power who can just yeet that sumbitch down the field. What's up, Mike?
Quick question. Is Matt Ryan a Hall of Famer?
Probably.
MVP year. Who was his offensive coordinator?
Shanahan.
Yeah, and they didn't win a Super Bowl either in Houston.
But
they should have won.
But even with that being said, Matt Ryan's best year, Kyle Shanahan's his offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He has an MVP year. And Matt Ryan was never that guy again.
No.
Ever.
Okay, so like bring me back to my point. Okay, so look, bring me back to my point. So what we saying, Matt Ryan was mediocre before Kyle Shanahan, and everybody just thought he was good. No, because that's how I started to feel.
I'm not gonna say that.
But the way it was worded, it because look, Brock Purdy almost won MVP. I'm only seeing
can't require that much smarts if every defense we play has it figured out by the second quarter. I don't think that's so much as the Shanahan system is figured out by the second quarter, so much as what Slowick is doing is figured out in the second quarter. Slowick doesn't know how to adjust. Shanahan top 4 offenses by yards this year with everyone hurt.
Yeah, no, and I'm not talking. I am giving props to the Shanahan offense with mediocre quarterbacks. That is what I'm saying.
And it's still the same thing. It's like what he said is completely true. Their playbook is extensive as hell. But Kyle Shanahan grew up around football, learning from his dad. He literally grew up around football. So his football acumen or IQ is higher than most.
Yeah. Well, I think Shanahan would probably have a Super Bowl ring. Kyle, at least, would have a Super Bowl ring already if both of his Super Bowl appearances weren't against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Or if maybe his mediocre quarterbacks, I'm gonna keep saying it, his mediocre quarterbacks don't make big mistakes when they're up 10 points in both Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Both Super Bowls, it happened. The mediocre quarterbacks, because they're not superstars. I'm on to something right here. No, hold on, man. I'm on to something right here, man. I'm going live tomorrow or something before I go to work. I'm on to something right here.
I'm not saying you're not.
We talking about this. I know I got all up subject with this, but when you said that, it just started all the type of quarterbacks.
A superstar quarterback will not guarantee you a Super Bowl.
Well, I agree with that because you got Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Of course, they hadn't even been yet. Only Joe Burrow in recent memory. And
if you face Patrick Mahomes, you will lose. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Look, let's go ahead. Let's get some score predictions done, and then we'll get the hell out of here, gentlemen. The Chargers are favored by 3 as the Texans are at home, and the over-under is 42.5. All of this according to ESPN. Chris, how are you feeling score prediction-wise?
21-20 Texans.
Oh, that shit's too close. It's too close.
Okay. Chris? Mike? Sorry?
24-21. It's going to be close.
I
wish it wasn't. Yeah, yours was 1 point. Like, bro, do you know if a 1 point win go out of there? I'm going to be so drunk walking out of there at 7 o'clock at night. My son might have to drive.
I wish upon a star. I don't care who you are, but I wish that that they would get a statement victory over these Chargers. I don't have that as my prediction per se.
I wish you did because you're usually pretty close.
But I have 27-17 Houston.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
And I think if there is a statement to be made, that's like the lowest level statement that you could make. A 10-point win where you're 3-point dogs against a team that everybody says that, they got a bye week, 10-point win or better. That's a statement game. That bulletin board's got to be fucking full of shit right now. And if they're not looking at that and being like, wow, that's what they're saying about us. If they don't come out with some sort of attitude and swagger in that first half, that is just like, okay, we're about to kill everyone on the other team. That game's going to be a long game.
This game is 100% meant for Stephon Diggs. And I so hate it. Because Stephon would have wrote fuck Rex Ryan on his shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Stephon Diggs but I'm also of the mindset if Stephon Diggs was still here, we would literally be in a different position right now. I think Stephon Diggs makes a difference. I get losing the Tank Dell losing aspect, but we didn't have to playoffs last year, so we're not even going to go there.
Yeah, we're basically back to where we were last year.
Yeah, but the Stephon Diggs thing is, I feel like he has missed a lot more. I did not realize how much of an impact he was making until he was gone.
Yeah,
bro, he was
I knew he was making an impact, like with him being there, but did not realize how big of an impact it was until he was gone. And like, even with being back, it still has not been the same. So, yeah.
What's more important to a quarterback, a possession receiver or a big play receiver?
If the Chargers are in Houston, who is keeping Stephon Diggs away from their sisters?
Oh,
Nobody.
God.
Oh no. He also just said Herbert 1 concussion, Stroud 0 concussions. Does that mean this season, or because last year he definitely had one?
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Look,
But I don't think Stroud missed a game, right? He played all season, right?
who?
Yeah.
Yeah, see that he
Stroud
played all
played
season.
every game.
So, I mean, hey, I'm proud of that. He made it through the whole season after getting demolished. Man, hey, man, shout out to Caleb Williams. He made it through a whole season after getting murdered.
Yep.
They had a pretty decent year.
Yeah, I mean, it was better than CJ's after he got that talk.
Any other year, Caleb Williams this year would have been Offensive Rookie of the Year. But that guy in Washington said, nope.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, gentlemen, I think this is a good spot to go ahead and wrap this up. Do we have any closing comments?
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. We're gonna the Houston Texans.
Fuck Rex Ryan.
No, I'm not. I've already said fuck Rex Ryan enough. We're gonna get this win. If y'all see me at the game, come find me. I buy a drink. The drink on me. If you can find me, the drink's on me. I'm telling you that now.
Damn.
Y'all heard it here.
Hey, man, I might go buy me some tickets. Drive to Houston.
For some free drinks.
Drinks on me, guys. The thing about it is I want everybody to feel the way that I'm going to feel when we get this win. And I've never hated Rex Ryan this much in my life. It's real. So that's all I can say. It's like people that do have tickets to the game, go out, show out, cheer for your team, call some false starts, do whatever you can. Be loud. Do not make this a goddamn LA Charger crowd.
There's no
Texans
way.
fans.
They don't even have fans.
They really don't. But
that's what I was thinking too. Like I was watching that video you sent us earlier. I'm like, where do these Charger fans come from? Like nobody. Whenever they have home games, it's a home game for the other team.
There's very few LA flights out to Texas right now. Most LA Chargers and Rams home games are also away games for the Rams. That's why when the Rams had the opportunity to get some sort of home field advantage in the playoffs or whatever, they were like, who cares? We don't have that anyway.
They sat their starting quarterback. That told you everything.
Exactly. I think that won't be an issue. I think this will be basically kind of a repeat of last year's wild card game where hella Texans fans in the crowd. It's loud and everybody's drunk as hell and eating hella good brisket. Didn't they catch a fake Chargers fan getting paid the last couple of years? Yeah, I think so. I think his name was LaDainian Tomlinson, but anyway, gentlemen,
he did come out and admit that he was a Cowboys fan.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Gentlemen, I want to thank you for taking time out of your evening to come on and talk Texans wildcard playoff football with me. If you're watching, hit the like, subscribe button. While you're at it, go ahead, head on over to That's Crazy Podcast and Talk and like, subscribe, notification bell, trying to get Chris's channel to grow. Do the same thing at Mass 3 Productions across all social medias, trying to get Mike's stuff to grow. Most of all, be good people and go Texans.
Go Texans.